Distance Nerding.
Hey! That was weird. Yes! Hi, ladies and gentlemen. How's everybody doing? It's Taco Tuesday. You know what that means. You are now experiencing Distance Nerding. I am your boy, Young Phil. She is Jen the Fray Girl. And James?
Is that you?
Where? What?
Is James back on the show?
No.
No way.
This is AI. This is AI James.
Who hired this guy again? I thought we fired him.
This is AI James.
AI James.
He came back for nothing.
Well, AI James, we're here
To nerd
To
together.
Oh, yeah.
Together.
Nailed it for the 237th time talking about anything pop culture news, movies, food, music, wrestling, comics, Comic-Cons, whatever you're nerding out on, we want to talk about it.
Now, of course, if you're watching on YouTube, all the places, of course, you can hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Really helps us out, guys. Listen on your favorite podcast app. Leave us a review. And remember, 5 stars helps us so much. It makes the algorithm think that we are actually good at what we do. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Threads, Blue Sky, Discord, all at Distance Nerding. And, of course, you can email us. Only if that email place that you're emailing, the email of choice that you are going to email is distancenerding@aol.com.
So I got to get in the chat room.
Completely
first.
understand
Then.
it. Don't need any additional explanation.
That's right. Right. We don't need anything extra.
Nope.
It's an easy thing. It's an easy concept to
Yep.
grasp. That's right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you have now stumbled onto the worst kept secret on all of the internet. It's bad because everybody knows that we are here. Ladies and gentlemen, you are now watching The Download. Well, here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Let's jump right into this. This week on deck, we've got The Download.
Casting X-Men, live action and anime slayers, plus all the superhero candy.
No, and it sounds delicious to me. And of course,
Yum,
rounding
yum,
out
yum.
the end of the show, rounding out the end of the show, it's the Geek End Update.
Tri-Cities Powerhouse recap. All right. Let's hear about it.
And talk about the good time that we had. But before we get into all of that, of course, ladies and gentlemen,
But first,
let me get a shout out. Shout out to the folks over at Dubby. That's right. Dubby is a brand of energy drinks created to help focus, concentration, reaction time with no jitters or crash. Dubby contains no maltodextrin, no sugars, no fillers, no artificial colors or dyes. Find out more about Dubby at www.dubby.gg. Use the code NERDING10 and get 10% off your order, guys. It's delicious. There are so many flavors that are out there now. Sadly, there's not a pickle flavor. Happy for me.
So you
Oh,
can drink
God.
a
Briny. I want
drink.
briny Dubby.
We have done that twice, James, on our way back from shows. And Tyler gets so excited when he gets to have his pickle bullshit.
Hey, did you know that Distance Nerding is part of the Geek Freaks Network? Did y'all know that? We are. We are. We're
All
part
right,
of them.
cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So whether you're deep in the lore or just discovering your latest binge, James, while you've been gone, what have you been binging?
I binged Untamed with Eric Bana
Oh.
on Netflix. It was really good. You guys should check that
Really?
out. It was it's like a murder mystery taking place inside Yosemite National Park.
Ooh, that actually
You know what? I saw something about that. I hear it is really good. So that's awesome. Good for you. Geek Freaks is the network that speaks your language. Podcasts that punch, ponder, and explore multiverse theories like a pro. So not really watched, I listened to Fandom Portals, their newest episode. It was on The Secret Life of Walter Mitty, the Ben Stiller version, because you guys know me. I've seen them both. I saw the one with Danny Kaye and Virginia Mayo, and then I also watched the Ben Stiller one with Sean Penn and Kristen Wiig. And they're totally different shows, totally different. But what they had to say about it, and their current theme right now is becoming your true self. And so they really focused on that with The Secret Life of Walter Mitty and how like he had such a really, if you guys haven't seen the movie, he has the Ben Stiller version. He has such an active like imagination and daydreams about what his life would be. And then he like inadvertently uh does a lot of it. And he kind of becomes what he was daydreaming. And so it's really neat to see that journey that Ben Stiller goes on. And so I think it's really neat. It's really cool that like he and Sean Penn have a lot of scenes together. And I think it's the least scene chewing I've ever seen Sean Penn do. But that's beside the point. Anyway, Fandom Portals did an amazing job. They both have different accents. I want to say one's British and one's from Australia or New Zealand. I don't know. You'll have to go to the Geek Freaks podcast, which is gfpods.com to see, but you can listen to any of their network of shows, including Fandom Portals, if you want to do that. They're on all your favorite podcasty places, but they have others called like Interviews and Headlines, Anime Plus. But whether you're building Legos, debating casting choices, or still crying over that finale, I always cry over finales. It's just what I do. Even the Gilded Age one, even though it was really happy, I was crying with joy. We've got you. Geek Freaks Network, your fandom, your community, your favorite people. Again, find out more at gfpods.com.
Awesome.
Yeah, it is really good. You guys should really listen. It's about an hour long, and they really go into a lot of stuff. And they have a tier system, kind of like we do.
They have a caste system in Australia? Is that?
No, it's like a tier, like what they do, like
different.
They rate the movie what they thought it was, like how they thought it was. They gave it a 4.5 or 4.5 or 4.25. I can't remember. Anyway, I listened to it once, y'all. Okay, I was also doing 3 other things, but and they said like the highest movie they've ever rated was Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. So they know what they're talking about.
What is it like listening to a podcast from the future? Isn't everything in Australia from the future? No?
You'll have to talk to them about that because I have no idea. Because this one came out on the 13th and today's the 19th. So it was in the past.
Brand new episode came out last week.
I said it was their newest episode. God, James. Why can't we put you back in the closet? I mean, we're so lucky to have you back.
Math.
Math is mathing. Of course, again, like she mentioned, head over to gfpods.com. If somebody can put that in the chat, because for some reason mine's not working.
Yeah, mine's not working either. That's fine, though.
Is mine working? Oh, wait, I can do it.
Interesting.
Apparently mine's working. It's going to take me a minute. Keep talking. Right. Go.
Well, let's jump into this, guys. This week we had a small amount of rumors, so we kind of just merged them into the regular download this week, guys. So no starting rumors, which means we are jumping right into the download. So guys, it's time for the download.
For more news, trailers, reactions, check out the Distance Nerdington Post. Let us know what you're nerding out on and visit the Distance Nerdington Post on Facebook.
That's right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is Casting Cash. Bonza Ginger, Wiggs playing a robot, and the MCU just beamed up a Star Trek alum. Ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for Jen to take over.
Redhead Royale. Casting Cash. Redhead Royale. Crazy Theory Bond is a Time Lord. Look, if you saw Matt Smith in Doctor Who, you understand that reference. Okay. Scott Rose Marsh reportedly auditioned for 007, sparking buzz that MI6 might be embracing ginger espionage, if you know what I'm saying. If true, it's a bold break from tradition and a win for redhead representation in shaken, not stirred circles. It's been
Nice.
long enough, people. Redheads need shaken, not stirred beverages as well.
I'm not totally against a ginger James Bond. At the same time, I don't know how I would feel about it until after we see it. You know what I mean?
I, yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know who he is. I don't know who this guy is. I don't know him. I'm like, eh, I
He
don't
looks
know.
pretty. He
So,
looks pretty buff, though. I mean, for a ginger, right? I mean,
He looks
yeah,
pretty
yeah.
buff for a ginger.
Well, I mean, there's him. Who are some other gingers that have made it on the big screen? I don't know of it. Do you guys know any other gingers? Oh,
uh,
Dom Paul Gleason. Dom
carrot
Paul
top,
Gleason.
carrot top.
Okay, Carrot Top, Carrot Top, Carrot Top.
Also,
Yeah,
you, you know
yeah.
the guy from Happy Days, whatever his name was.
Was he really a ginger?
I think
Was
so. I don't know.
Richie Cunningham?
Richie
That's
Cunningham,
Ron
yeah.
Howard?
Ron Howard's a ginger.
He was. Ron Howard's a ginger.
No, his friend.
Oh,
Not Potsy, but the other one.
Patsy. That wasn't Ron Howard.
Not exactly. But there's him.
Oh, Potsy. But Potsy was the redhead.
No, Potsy's not the redhead. I think his name was like
What
Mal.
happened? What happened to his brother Chuck?
Oh, he went to war and then he never came back, and we don't talk about it. So thanks for bringing it down. Now it's now became the unhappy days.
It's the meh days now. Apparently, he's done a lot of stuff in England. That's what I'm seeing here. Arthur and Merlin, Knights of Camelot, You, Me, and the X, The Paper Trail of the Heart, This Is Love, Craze, Code of Silence, Wolves of War. I don't know any of these. I watch a lot of British television, and I still I don't know who he is. I don't know. Okay. Oh well. You know what? Good for you, Scott. Way to go. And you got that rose thing in you, which I think is a little on the nose since you're a ginger, but whatever. Okay. So Domo Origato Mrs. Roboto.
Oh.
Kristen Wiig joins the Masters of the Universe reboot as Roboto, the mechanical warrior with a heart of silicon. It's weird, it's wild, and it might just be genius because who better to voice existential dread than the queen of awkward comedy?
Okay, that's
I love Kristen Wiig. She can do anything.
I do too. I do too. I did not think that it was Weird Barbie at all. Never once. I never get them mixed up. Not Kristen and Kate. Not this girl. Would never do that. Okay, let's move on.
Have you seen Palm Royale? It's on Apple TV Plus. Apple TV.
It's on my list. I really want to see it. Is it good?
It's super good, and
Is it?
she's funny, but also she's like emotional and dramatic. I really like her. She has a lot of
Okay.
range.
I do.
Kristen
I
Wiig does
really
have
do
range.
love Kristen Wiig.
Yeah, Kristen Wiig
Yeah.
does have a lot of range. She's a
I love.
phenomenal actress.
She really is. She's a really good actress. So did not confuse her for Kate McKinnon at all. Nope. Not at all. She's our new girl, F.R.I.D.A.Y. Star Trek Picard's Orla Brady, at least, we know her from that, trades starships for Stark Tech, joining Vision Quest as F.R.I.D.A.Y. from Iron Man's loyal AI. I don't know where I got from. With Brady's gravitas and Trek's pedigree, expect this upgrade to come with some serious emotional bandwidth. I still think that it's all in his head. I just think Vision Quest And when you go on a vision quest, it's kind of an astral projection thing. So you're in you're kind of in your head and you're doing head things. So I think that's what this is. I think it's going to be in his head. And then I think while he's up here doing the clickety clackety of his brain, his body has all these parts. He's got these automatons going and he's making them all bodies. And then they're all going to come after the Avengers.
See, I
That
don't
last
know.
part is not real.
I don't know where I stand on that, just because that's not what happens in the comic. And like in the comic, it is like, more of a quest and kind of going out and looking for himself and looking for his family and everything like that. So, I mean, it's an awesome play on words, but I mean, I don't know. I feel like it's not going to be in his head. Like he is going to create stand-ins for his family and friends.
Okay, whatever. I mean, if you want to be literal about it and do the comic book thing, sure. No, I'm just kidding. I honestly, I heard Vision Quest and I was like, either he's gonna become a teen spy, or it's gonna be like a vision, like he's gonna get beyond peyote, but like the Android version of that, and then he's gonna go on a vision.
He's going to go on Android peyote. Yeah, that works.
Oh, that's good.
Well, you remember what gum did to him? Think about what peyote would do. Come on. What am I saying?
I do sort of agree with you that with the cast that they're assembling for the show, I think it's going to be a very human-centered show. It's not going to be a lot of robots doing fighty. I think it's going to be a lot of discussion, a lot of emotional relationships, and him kind of wrestling with who he's supposed to be and his memories.
All right, and then fighting with his emotional damage. Emotional damage.
Or weird theory number, I don't know. How long have we been on the show? 20 minutes. Weird theory 20.
Is it weirder than robot peyote?
No, I feel like that should be really like my new band name, Robot
Peyote. That's a good punk name.
Yeah, Robot Peyote.
It's a good name for a podcast episode too.
Oh, maybe. Okay, so no, but my theory is, what if they bring the framework back from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.? Where they all went into the framework, but they thought they were in like the real world. And that's really what it is. So he's like uploaded everybody into the framework. And so they all have real bodies there. And so then, because I just don't see Vision, whether he's cataract or old school Vision, letting these crazy.
So many puns.
So many.
See what you did there.
Yeah, well, thanks. Seeing all these, like, I just don't let him setting these people out. I don't think he would set Ultron out again. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I feel like maybe it's got to be in a contained space somewhere. That's what I think. Because there's stuff that, yes, in Vision Quest, but Ultron's different in the comics. Like, he's still crazy pants. Don't get me wrong. But I feel like they're going to have to do something with it. And I would love the framework to come back, because then maybe we'll get Madame Hydra for real. And I loved her. Anyway, so now that I've totally taken us off topic, if any of them show up rocking Distance Nerding merch, we'll know the multiverse is finally listening, because we got merch, people.
That's right. We got merch, people.
Not yet.
No, oh, damn it. You confuse me every time. You get me on this, Jen.
You guys and your digital peyote. Never get it right.
Robot peyote just destroying
Robot
everything.
Peyote.
Robot peyote strikes again.
Now on digital. DVD.
Well, zombies never say die. Paramount is looking to the undead, and World War Z 2 is officially being labeled a priority. David Ellison made it clear it's part of the company's top-tier plans. Coincidentally, Brad Pitt and David Fincher are working together again right now on The Adventures of Cliff Booth, a spinoff from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Fun fact, World War Z held the title of Pitt's highest grossing film for years until F1 knocked that off the mantle this year. Looks like Paramount is taking a run again at the undead. You get it? Because the zombies run in that movie?
I'm really glad that Paramount is helping out Brad Pitt because, I mean, his career hasn't really taken off during his entire life. So,
yeah,
good thing they're bringing like a 20-year-old sequel back.
Yeah.
But honestly, I like that. I like this movie. So, let's see what happens.
Do you think this is them? They're like, hey, oh crap, 28 years later is doing really well. Maybe we need a new zombie movie or an old zombie movie.
I think it is. And like, hey, let's use some existing IP. Let's see if Brad wants to come back. Let's make it happen.
True.
Half the marketing's done.
Yeah, I see them doing that.
Yep, absolutely.
Speaking of original IP that is being brought back, welcome back to Raccoon City. The first official plot details for Zach Cregger's highly anticipated Resident Evil movie are here, giving fans a glimpse into how the director behind Barbarian plans to tackle the legendary survivor horror franchise. I do have a jump horror opsis, no Mila Jovovich insight synopsis.
We've got a synopsis again? Woo!
Hey, wasn't even ready.
Yeah. Jump horror opsis, no Mila Jovovich insight synopsis. Woo! Just got so excited. I haven't done one in so long.
Brian, a laid-back Oregon courier, is sent on a late-night delivery to Raccoon City General Hospital. En route through a snowy mountain road, he accidentally hits a strange woman with his car. She survives, but something is very wrong. As he tries to help, Brian stumbles into a full-blown outbreak involving horrifying tentacle-based mutations and bioengineered monstrosities. We will be going back to Raccoon City September 18th, 2026.
That's awesome.
Interesting. I'm interested in this because we still haven't had a good Resident Evil adaptation, so I'm still holding out hope that somebody understands the property and does a good adaptation of Resident Evil.
I agree. You know, I watched shout out to Eric Ruiz. I saw him do or play it online, the latest version of it, and it looked like an interesting story. I don't know why they don't adapt it more closely to the games.
They should. That's what everybody's complained about for years. Is like, okay, you guys try to make it an action franchise. Like, can we not make this a horror franchise? It's good. Speaking of Eric Ruiz, I'm rocking a new shirt he just got me.
Must wow. Be nice. Look at that. Cool. Shout out. Shout out to Eric.
Hey,
good
Travis Mitchell says, how's it going, guys?
How's it, Travis?
And he says Cameron Monaghan, though he's not British, Domhnall Gleeson would also be good because, you know, we were talking about the gingers.
The gingers are
and then he wasn't a fan of the original show, but loved the 1987 movie for how dumb it is. And the Kevin Smith animated sequel was awesome. So He-Man. There we go. Then Sandra Betty said synopsis.
Say Wong is saying that Resident Evil is going to bomb. Here's my counter to that. Zach Cregger has done two really good movies. Barbarian was really good, and I'm not going to jump on this too long. And then Weapons right now is getting nothing but praise for its psychological horror and how good and well it was executed. This is where I have faith in Zach Cregger, is he can do these kind of like outbreak movies. And I'm putting the faith in that. Also, he has said, he's put on the record that he is a massive fan of the games, and he also wants something that's more akin to the video games. So I'm holding out faith for it.
I've never watched a Resident Evil, and I probably won't watch this one.
As long as you don't watch the Netflix series, I think you're okay.
I won't. I won't watch that. I won't. Is this the one with the Umbrella Corporation?
Yes.
Is that Resident Evil?
That's Resident Evil, yeah.
Well, I have seen a couple then, because I remember the Umbrella. That's the only thing I remember.
No, you were watching Umbrella Academy. That's
No. I have watched that as well, but that's not. No.
okay. Who's
I
got the
remember
next?
the Umbrella. I do. Is the ballerina John Wick's swan song? Lionsgate took a big hit at the box office, and John Wick fans might be partly to blame. Ballerina brought in $132 million worldwide against a reported $90 million budget. Not terrible, but when you compare it to John Wick Chapter 4's $447.3 million haul, the difference is staggering. 2 more spinoffs in development, a prequel series, and John Wick Chapter 5's in the works. Do we still think that's happening? Is the box office Wick for the John Wick universe getting short?
It's a lot of wicks.
I'm wicked out.
I'm very wicked out. The whole thing is like Ballerina didn't go where they wanted it to go, because I mean they're trying to stay within the universe, but the draw to the John Wick movies is John Wick, and it's that story that we got with Keanu Reeves. So it's like, yeah, Keanu Reeves shows up at the end of this movie. I haven't seen it, but I know that's like one of the things that they put in the trailers. You know, this takes place in between, I think, the second and the third movie. And
Yeah, something like that.
yeah, and like John Wick shows up and whatnot, but like the entire movie, you know, doesn't focus around John Wick, so people were less interested in it, you know. So
Why
the
is
John
James
Wick fan
flirting
base,
with the camera?
the John Wick fan base didn't show up for this film.
yeah, they didn't.
If only they threw Deadpool into it, then it would have blockbuster.
I just, I'm sorry. If I want to see like something like that, I want to see John Wick.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that, and I also don't really remember a lot of stuff from like I don't remember seeing a lot of trailers for it. I don't remember any kind of advertising really going around for it. I don't even remember when it came out. So I honestly, I think they needed to do a different ad campaign than they did with the John Wick stuff, because the John Wick stuff sold itself. You just had Keanu go on different talk shows and talk about him being Keanu.
Fred, I want you to guess when it came out. Don't look at anything, just guess. Like, give me an estimate when you thought it came out.
March 15th.
Close. Came out in June of this year.
That was not close at all.
Well, I was trying to be nice, but they put it behind Mission Impossible and Lilo and Stitch, and then it was John Wick, or the Ballerina came out, and then all the hype that came back for Jurassic Park, Superman, Fantastic Four.
It got
lost. Got lost.
It became the ketchup in the sandwich.
Yeah, and who puts ketchup in a sandwich?
Not in a regular sandwich.
I do. You guys are heathens. Okay, let's move on.
Whoa. What kind of sandwich do you put ketchup in?
Like a burger.
So we're saying burger is a sandwich?
Yeah, burger is a sandwich.
And a hot dog sandwich?
Oh, don't get me started on a hot dog. It is a sandwich, and I'll tell you why. It has a bun. There's meat. You can put different kinds of sauces on it, and you can have veggies in it if you want, depending on what kind of dog you want.
All right. So by those terms, a papusa is a sandwich.
Is that the little pocket things? Yeah.
I wouldn't
know
say
what
as a I wouldn't say pupusa is a sandwich just because it's not bread.
Are you gonna put ketchup on it?
No. Do not.
What's a pupusa?
Okay.
Maybe I'm not thinking of what it is.
Pupusa is kind of like a tortilla with like masa with like filling inside of it.
Oh, okay. So, but it's more like a hand pie.
Yeah, it's more like a tortilla, like a stuffed tortilla.
Oh, yeah. But I would say a taco is a sandwich. So why
No,
wouldn't a pupusa?
no,
Yeah.
no. We're not going to argue this right now. This might be the alternate name of the show.
A papusa is like a Latino hot pocket. Is that okay? Can we just say that? No? Am I offending people? Nice shirt though. I
Is
like your
it
shirt.
open? Is it open on one side or is it enclosed?
It's enclosed.
Then it's like a hand pie. Do you not know what a hand pie is?
It's not a pie, but I mean, we're not going to.
A hand pie is like an empanada, or it's like a pasty. Like Cornwall has pasties. It's just like covered with like
I got pasties.
with with bread. Not that kind of pasty. Yeah, a hand pie is a hot pocket. That's what Sandra Betty is saying. A hot pocket is a hand pie. It's the same thing. I can't believe I'm having to
and she's Latina.
educate you all.
She's Latina, maybe Filipino, but she's saying that hand pie is a hot pocket.
Hot pocket's a hand pie. So is technically a calzone.
Yeah, put some ketchup on it. It'll be delicious. Okay.
All right, you guys
that has tomato sauce in it.
You're ruining my mind right now. Let's move on to the next story.
Jesus Christ, that's Jason Bourne. NBC Universal has acquired all rights, excluding publishing, to Robert Ludlum's Jason Bourne and Treadstone book series, locking them in for good. The deal was the result of a fierce bidding war. Universal had already brought us 5 Bourne films. These films have hauled in over $1.64 billion at the box office. Will Matt Damon come back to the franchise? How would you like them apples?
I don't get that reference.
Different franchise.
A lot?
Different franchise. Yeah. That's from Good Will Hunting.
That's what I thought. I was like, why? Okay.
Do you have another Bourne quote? No.
Well, so fun fact.
Oh boy.
Robert Ludlum was my dad's favorite author.
Okay.
And so he loved all the Jason Bourne not movies, but all the books. And he was alive for some of the movies, but not all of them. But he loved Robert Ludlum. So he loved all this stuff. So I actually have a soft spot for Mr. Jason Bourne. Thank you very much.
All right. That's cool. I dig that.
And John Clancy's a hack. I mean, what? No.
Wow.
He also liked Clancy, Tom Clancy, but Ludlum was his guy.
Cool. I'm glad NBC Universal swooped this up for whatever huge amount of dollars they did, because that means they're going to put more money into the franchise. So we're going to get a lot more movies or series based in this universe, and I dig it. I like it.
I like it too, and I think it's something that could be updated into today's climate, because it's very much a today's climate kind of series.
Mm-hmm.
The books themselves, because it's all about the government's gonna either you're gonna do what they want or they're gonna make you do what they want, because that's what it's all about. But I really dig this. I think this could be really interesting. An interesting move. So,
and maybe this is where Jeremy Renner ends up, since he's not going back to Disney, right? He's not going back to Marvel.
I was gonna say, but they could also do a lot of things. Since Alan Rickson is not Bruce Wayne anytime soon, why not make him Jason Bourne?
I don't know. They're talking about there's some back end talking apparently.
Quit talking out your back end.
All right. Well, let's move on to the next story here. Let's just keep it moving. The Duffer Brothers are about to turn the streaming landscape upside down. Stranger Things creator Matt and Ross Duffer may be headed for a new chapter, and it might not be at Netflix. Ooh, wait a minute. Didn't I have a...
Nope.
Ta-dum.
There, found it. There we go. But all right, the Duffer Brothers are deep in talks with Paramount Global, now under the leadership of David Ellison and his Skydance Media, for a game-changing overall deal that would span both streaming and theatrical projects. If the Paramount deal locks in, it could mean a whole new playground for the Duffer Brothers, one with a lot more room to play with theatrical releases, something they couldn't do under Netflix. The final season of Stranger Things start kicking off with 4 episodes on November 26th on Netflix.
That's kind of a big deal, Duffer Brothers.
Kind of is.
Yeah. I just, I feel like a lot of these companies have deal with FOMO a lot. Fear of missing out. Because, like, had somebody else done Stranger Things, the Netflix wouldn't have gotten it, and they would have gotten in on the ground floor. And it's like you just start seeing these directors and creators that are making really, good deals, and then they make it big, and then suddenly they go to somewhere else, and they're paying way more for those same deals that the other company could have gotten. So it's like, I just think it's FOMO. Also, I learned that FOMO means fear of missing out, so I'm trying to use it more.
I just learned what FOMO is.
I will capitulate that for you and agree. Okay.
Yeah.
So I did read that I think it was one of the heads of Netflix, or at least like getting talent that used to be over at Netflix, is now over at Paramount. So that's part of they're the people that hired the Duffer Brothers are now over at Paramount. So Paramount was like, go get them. And Duffer's like, yeah, we're done with Stranger Things. We have a production company. We want to do our own stories. Sure.
Well, I mean, it's just like who was it that did the everything Everything Everywhere All at Once. I don't know why I struggle with that. It's a fantastic freaking movie, even though that's the movie we were watching when Gal died. I There's a lot of stuff going on. But yeah, so like who were they? Who was that? Who was it? Who did that movie? Who
Michelle
directed,
Yeoh.
created that movie? Those guys? They were a pair too, right?
Daniel.
The Daniels.
Daniel. Yeah, Daniels. The Daniels. Let's just say Daniels.
Yeah, the Daniels. I mean, that's what they call them now, is the Daniels, but it was 2 guys. And so and they did their that movie at A24. Imagine if they had done that movie at a bigger studio, and it's just I just feel like indie stuff is winning so big now. Netflix isn't indie, don't get me wrong. But you know what I'm saying? Like, whoever takes the risk on somebody new and it pays off, suddenly they're the, wonder kid or whatever. And so I just like it, and I'm just gonna call it FOMO.
Yeah.
It's FOMO.
Well, not a lot of
I know what it means.
Not a lot of them are missing out now, because I think it's easier for independent or up and coming creators to get a swing and hit a home run. And things like the Duffer Brothers and Stranger Things get to land and take off, or things like K-pop Demon Hunters gets to land and take off.
Oh, snap! Look at that transition, yo!
Slay, scream, repeat. K-pop Demon Hunters has become a full-on cultural phenomenon.
Phenomenon.
Now,
Phenomenon.
that massive success is about to jump off the small screen and into theaters. K-pop Demon Hunters is heading to theaters for a limited time sing-along event. Yes, this sing-along release follows a growing trend of fan-driven theatrical re-releases like Taylor Swift, the Eras Tour, Minecraft movie, and Wicked. Tickets are on sale now. The special edition will take down select theaters on August 23rd and 24th. And yes, my family already has tickets.
Of course
Did
they
you get
do.
tickets?
No, this is the thing. I have to babysit my dog, but my family got tickets.
So you're not going to go see it. You get to you are going to babysit the fur babies while
I get to pay for
They-
it. I get to watch the chickens, but my family gets to go see it.
Hmm.
That's right. I keep forgetting James has chickens now.
And honestly, if you haven't seen this movie yet, you need to watch this movie. I know there's a lot of hype and oh my god, it's K-pop and blah blah blah. It's for little kids. It's still good music. You know, it's still fun. It's still a good story.
To Golden. I listened to Golden and it was pretty good. That song it slapped. Okay. The song
Go
slapped.
watch the movie. Bangers. Every song is bangers.
You
Banger
know,
after
I
banger.
cannot do that transition because that's not nice. I'm just trying to transition that right into
like
Buffy.
something Buffy banger. Oh wow. Okay, I see.
Right.
See problem.
Yeah, you get where I'm going with that.
Yep.
Something about banging vamps. I don't know. Anyway, the Hellmouth is stirring again. New set photos from Buffy the Vampire Slayer New Sunnydale appear to confirm a major plot rumor. A vampire army frozen in time since 2003 is about to rise during a town-wide event dubbed Vampire Weekend. We pick up years after Buffy's last stand. Sunnydale's rebuilt but divided. Half the town leans to glassy tech and influencer culture, while the other half clings to old school grit and watcher traditions. Buffy herself returns in a mentor role, training a new Slayer who may or may not be her daughter, while the undead resurgence threatens to tear the town and the legacy apart. With echoes of the original series and a fresh Gen Z twist, New Sunnydale promises high stakes, deep lore, and a whole new generation of chosen ones. I don't know about y'all, but I'm ready for a couple of those quippy Slayer one-liners. I don't have one. I don't have one.
We're ready for a new for a new, not new take on Buffy, but like, you know, addition to Buffy. I think everybody's ready for a new edition of Buffy.
Well, so I really like when I was reading about it and it was like the town kind of split in half, and I was like, oh well, there was that crater in the town. So do you think like that crater, like it's literally divided the town and like half is like the glitzy LA type, and then the other half is like I'm picturing, and this will not be it at all, but like one of those old like Slavic villages from like the 1600s where everyone's wearing like a kerchief as a hat, and like and they all have big warts, and they know witches are real and stuff, which I mean in this universe witches are real, but that's what I'm thinking. Like you've got these like power 80s like American Psycho types on the glitzy influencer side, and then on the other side it's like a 1600s like Transylvanian village. That's what I want, but I don't think that's going to happen.
Probably
fantastic.
that's interesting though. Like that would be an interesting take to go into.
You have these people that come in and they've got like these old clothes and they're like, oh look, we're in the new city, this is fantastic. fantastic. It's new Sunnydale. Oh, Lord, look at us. And, and you've got these people in like these huge heels and like, lip gloss up, up the wazoo. Click, 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 click. Kind of, anyway. Sorry. That's just.
I was going to let you go for as long as you were going to go.
I'm telling you, Robot Peyote is the best.
Robot Peyote. I guess that's what we're smoking tonight is Robot Peyote.
But seriously, I am very excited about this. The whole like, there's a rumor that like Nova may be Buffy's daughter, and I'm like, look, she's really only ever had sex with vampires and guys that dump her.
Wow.
So unless it's Riley's, I don't think she's got any,
No baby
I
daddy
don't
drama.
see that. Maybe Dawn's daughter, and she's taking care of her niece.
I have seen behind the scenes of her and Nova working out together. So it's like literally Buffy training the new Buffy.
Yeah,
yeah. Kind of fun.
I think it's really interesting. I hope the pilot gets picked up. I think it'll be fun. I think it's time for the next chosen one.
Mm-hmm.
A well-known IP like this, of course. Mm-hmm. Just a matter of who.
That's very female-centric.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and female-centric powered. And if we're going to have Buffy mentor her, she's going to be that sassy, kick-assy girl that you know and love. So
I like it. Make it so.
Make it so.
Make it so, number one, or maybe make it two. Paramount and Skydance Media are making Star Trek a major part of their post-merger film strategy with 2 Star Trek movies currently in development, each taking their franchise in a different direction. One project directed by Toby Haynes will introduce brand new characters offering a completely fresh crew and story. The other project, written by Stephen Yockey, will center on the team of Kirk, Spock, and the Enterprise. The only certainty is that Star Trek is now a high priority for Paramount moving forward.
So what this doesn't say is that also that second movie you mentioned that's being written by Steve Yockey is also going to be in the Kelvin universe. So this is they're talking about bringing back the cast from the J.J. Abrams movies.
So like Chris Pine and
all of them.
Simon Pegg and all that.
Yeah. I love that. I want that. Simon Pegg should be Scotty for the rest of his natural and unnatural life.
I love all of the people who were cast in those films, like all the casts, minus of course, rest in peace. What's his name? Guy who plays
about the guy that played Chekhov.
Something Yelton, I think his name was.
Anton
Yelton. Obviously, we can't bring back Anton Yelton. He passed away, but the rest of the crew, I loved everybody else. I loved all of them. Again, rest in peace, Anton Yelton. But I want to see more from them. I loved that take on the Kelvin universe.
Yeah, I like it. I think this is gonna be fun. Star Trek is something that needs to be done right, and hopefully they're in the right hands now.
Hey, maybe they'll find a way to bring in Walter Koenig into the mix, the original Chekhov, because we'll be meeting him in a couple months down at Fandom Con
in November. Yeah, it's gonna be exciting.
Frey, it's time. Need to look at plane tickets. Or maybe Starfleet, I don't know. Tickets, I don't know. Do they have tickets? They don't even have money. Okay, next one. My bad.
All right, well, let's do this. The boys are back. Well, almost. Not just yet. They're on their way back, guys. The boys are gearing up for its final season, but Amazon Prime is already setting the stage for what's next, a prequel series titled V.O.T. Rising. The show is set to reveal the shadowy history of V.O.T. International and how it cemented its grip on the world of S. The first images from V.O.T. Rising reveal
I'm sorry. That was supers. I'm sorry. I don't know what happened to
I was
that
like,
word.
what am I using? Shit. What are we doing here? What do we
World
do?
of
World of
it's
Supers.
World of Supers. Sorry.
Ron Burgundy.
I was just gonna say, I read whatever's on the script. Also, I mean, even if I were to like throw a word out there, it's like, I don't know what word I'm throwing there. The first images from Bot Rising reveal the return of Jensen Ackles as Soldier Boy, but we're seeing him in his prime as the face of America in the 1950s. James is amazing.
Yep, I agree.
No, this is not scripted. The show's not scripted at all. The series doesn't have an official release date yet, but it's currently in production. Until then, fans can look forward to Gen V season 2 arriving next month. I didn't know that was coming next month. And the final season of The Boys in 2026.
It's all coming back. It's all coming back.
I didn't realize Gen V because they haven't really like promoted it, so I didn't know Gen V was coming out next month. I'm excited for that. Gen V season 1 was great.
They had a Prime teaser on it. Yeah, I saw it a couple months ago.
But I mean, like,
yeah, no,
a month before the show comes out, they're usually going hard on promotion.
Yeah, I've noticed this year that they have I haven't really noticed that much. Peacemaker is really the only thing. Maybe that's because I've been in the DC sphere a lot lately, and so I know that. But like, I forgot Eyes of Wakanda was coming out until it came out, and then I wound up watching it.
That show is so good.
Yeah, it's really good. So that's what I'm saying. It's like I haven't really seen a lot of stuff. I guess there's a Fallout teaser that came out today. I have yet to see it, but so season 2 of Fallout's coming, and so that's so like there's all this stuff, but I hadn't really seen anything about it. And now suddenly it's here, and that's a really cool picture of Jensen Ackles as Soldier Boy with an actual mask on.
Have you seen the full picture of it, like what the trench coat and everything look like?
No,
yeah, it's pretty cool.
Pretty funny. Okay. Well, it's gonna be him and Jared Padalecki and Misha Collins are all gonna be on that last season of The Boys. My boys are coming back for The Boys. I'm so excited.
Are they from Supernatural? I think Eric Kripke was in that.
Yeah,
he did something. I don't know how he's connected.
Yeah, all 3 of them are coming back. So like basically the main cast from Supernatural are gonna be in there.
He directed it or something. I don't
something
know.
Like that. PA.
He needs to come on the show so he can tell us all about it.
I like it. All right. Next one.
All right. Let's go.
All right, young Phil, I'm going to let you do the intro because I know you want to do this intro.
He's still trying to get the Toshi station for some power converters.
Lego Star Wars Rebuild the Galaxy Pieces of the Past, longest title ever, is coming to Disney Plus this fall, and the trailer just dropped featuring none other than Mark Hamill back as Luke Skywalker? What? This new 4-part animated special is a sequel to the 2014 Lego Star Wars Rebuild the Galaxy. Only took 11 years.
I know, right?
I do have
a long time to rebuild a galaxy.
Okay, I give you that.
Hold on, wasn't that 2024? I thought that came out last year. That's another typo.
That happens. Hey, he's only got one hand, okay? Leave him alone. Typos are going to happen. I do have will Luke be missing a Lego Hanopsis? I'm sure Grievous has a spare synopsis.
Will Luke be missing a Lego Hanopsis? I'm sure Grievous has a spare synopsis.
A new threat rises in the galaxy, and Sig Gribbling and Darth Dev must combine their powers of force building and Sith breaking to stop it. Alongside Jedi Bob, Yessie Scala, and Servo. They will journey into the deepest corners of Lego Star Wars lore, uncovering pieces of the galaxy that have come before. Lego Star Wars Rebuild the Galaxy, Pieces of the Past arrives at Toshi Station and Disney Plus September 19th, 2025.
I smell a Tater Bob costume.
Jedi Bob. Have you seen? It's funny how like the character in the first movie was like the most serious character out of all of them, but they gave him the name Jedi Bob.
Well, you know, they can't all be winners.
All right, I'm down with some Lego. Show me some Lego.
So-
At least they're having fun with it.
Yeah. I'm glad they're doing stuff like this. They need to. Lego, I mean, it's bricks, people. You're just building stuff. So make it cool.
And
Just
in a weird
build
way, this is
stuff.
like Star Wars's Elseworlds kind of thing,
Yes.
you know? And I
It
kind of dig it.
absolutely is. Yeah.
I dig it.
It's where Star Wars can be cheeky. It really
Exactly.
is. Yeah.
Exactly.
So do you, James, do you want to introduce like how we're doing? Because we've paired some stuff and it was your brainchild.
I do, but I know Phil wants to do it better than me because as soon as I say it, he's going to be like, I'm going to do this better than him. So, Phil, in brightest day, in blackest night, a new animated series is in my sight.
It was actually really good.
No, you do it. You do it.
In brightest day, in blackest night, a new animated series is in my sight.
Okay.
No,
All
wait,
right.
I want to do it now.
Okay, go.
Can I do it now?
Go.
All right.
You got it.
In brightest day, in blackest night, a new animated series is in my sight.
Yours is like sultry. Yours is like Green Lantern After Dark or something.
Green Lantern after.
No, that I'm telling you, I'm a total Pink Lantern baby.
Oh, you're a Star Sapphire?
I'm a Star Sapphire. Yeah, no, I bring the vengeance. I bring it hard. Okay, My Adventures of Superman is getting a season 3 and a spin-off. My Adventures with Green Lantern will focus on Jessica Cruz, an Earth-based member of the Green Lantern Corps. But unlike her comic book incarnation, an adult hero who joined the ranks well after Hal Jordan, Jon Stewart, Guy Gardner, and Kyle Rayner, Jessica will be reimagined as a 14 to 15-year-old high school student. She won't be flying solo either. The same report suggests that Kyle Rayner will appear as a love interest for Jessica, though it's unclear whether this version of Kyle will wield a ring of his own. My Adventures with Green Lantern has no set release date in Sector 2814. So do you think Kyle's going to get fridged this time? Do you think they'll go that dark? Season 1?
What does that mean? Fridged? With newfangled terms?
Kyle's girlfriend in I want to say it was what? His 4th or 5th episode. The villain he was dealing with killed her and put her in his fridge to get him to fight him because Kyle wasn't going to do it. And so Gail Simone coined the term that's what they did with the girlfriends that was a thing that happened with girlfriends to get the hero to get off his ass. So they were fridging people. So yeah.
Interesting.
Very.
And Ron Mars is the one that wrote it. And Ron and Gail know each other. So
I do like that Jessica is getting some shine. Get it? Some shine in this because I think it's nice to get a more Green Lanterns, but a different take on being a Green Lantern. Overcoming your fear.
They've done really well with the My Adventures with Superman.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a little bit more reimagined, I would say. It's not your traditional Superman story. So I think reimagining um the green, like Jessica being a Green Lantern, and like how that's gonna work in in-house. But I mean, I'm betting this is gonna be an Elseworlds type thing anyway, but I like it. I think it's cool. Anytime you can have different Green Lanterns highlighted, I think is a good thing.
What's
Jessica's
interesting
pretty badass.
What's
So,
interesting to me is like, okay, so we know we're getting Hal Jordan, John Stewart, Guy Gardner in live action. In this
mhm.
animated series, we're getting Kyle Rayner and Jessica Cruz. Where's Simon Baz? Are we just skipping over Simon Baz with all
Where's
this?
Yes.
where's Chip?
Yes, we are.
We need
Where's
some rodent.
Kilowog?
We need some rodent representation. Where's Chip?
Yeah. Where's Kilowog at?
Where's Kilowog? Where Kilowog be,
Yeah.
y'all? Um, I think they've got plans. I like this. I like the idea of bringing in, you know, Jessica and Kyle. But yeah, I mean, where is Simon? Hmm.
That's down the
hmm.
road. I do like how they're using like what you just said, young Phil, Hal, John, Guy. They're older versions.
Mm,
Let's put them in this universe, but then let's feature Jessica, Kyle, like maybe younger versions in this other, universe, this animated universe type thing.
mhm.
And we still get this, kind of bigger Green Lantern, story. So I'm into it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's more of a presence. I like what they're doing with it. It's kind of neat. Um, and I think it'd bring more girls into like there aren't a lot of like girl Green Lanterns. And so making her a little bit younger, I think that's a really interesting. It's very clever. It's
Yeah.
clever.
Good
I'm
entry
just gonna
point
say it's clever.
for like a new generation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jessica's good. I mean, Jessica is a really good Green Lantern. She's very compelling, very interesting as a character. I mean,
Yeah.
eventually, hopefully, they would bring Jade in too, because Jade's another really good Green Lantern, female Green
I,
Lantern character.
I love my Jennifers, and they love their green.
All right, let's keep it going. Faster than a streaming bullet, James Gunn's Superman is flying faster than expected digitally. In a move he calls complicated but kind, Gunn revealed that the film's early digital release is about keeping the DCU timeline intact, with Peacemaker Season 2 arriving sooner than planned and directly referencing events from Superman. Gunn wanted fans to have access to the full before the next chapter drops. It's a rare case of studio strategy meeting fan first storytelling, and it shows Gunn's commitment to emotional continuity as much as narrative cohesion. Superman is now available to watch digitally. So weird. So crazy.
I
6
know.
weeks.
Yeah.
6 weeks in theaters, and now it's available on digital.
Yeah, we're still getting hate on TikTok about Superman. We just dropped a new TikTok today about how much money this movie made, and people are still complaining about like, oh yeah, well it didn't break even. Like, what do you mean it didn't break even? Do you guys not understand how math works? They broke even
Yeah.
like $300,000 ago. like they've made $300,000 more than what was expected. And now digital release is out, so that means it's like it's gonna make even more money because people are actually gonna buy this. Like I don't get it. I don't get it. People there's so much hate and people just don't understand. Like, why can't you like both? Come you guys have to like hate on one in order to prop up the other? Like they're both good in their own perspectives. Like whatever. I'm excited for this just because this gives us a chance to watch Superman one more time before, at least in your own home, to watch it at home before Friday when Peacemaker comes out and you can get more context.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Absolutely. I think it's really neat, and I don't know, I think it breeds loyalty. It breeds loyalty to the fans because it's like they don't care, if they're making more money. And I want to say, I think it broke even first weekend, I want to say, but whatever. So I like it. I want to get it. I want it in my hands. I want it on Blu-ray. I want to get the Blu-ray, which will be out next month. But I want it.
Yeah, I've stopped getting physical media, but I'm probably gonna get this one.
Yeah, there are certain ones that I have to get.
Yeah.
I know this is because of Peacemaker, but it's a good marketing strategy just to keep DC as like a whole in the zeitgeist and keep us talking about it. And if anything, it's emphasis that, hey, this new Peacemaker series is going to matter. You need to go watch. If you enjoyed Superman, go watch this.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm into it.
Yeah, that makes sense. Let's move on here. Speaking of peace, as Peacemaker season 2 kicks off, Gunn confirmed it's not the end of the road for John Cena's foul-mouthed anti-hero, calling the current arc the Tighty-Whities trilogy from the Suicide Squad through Peacemaker season 2. Gunn teased a possible 4th chapter, hinting that Cena's Chris Smith will continue to play a key role in the evolving DCU. Season 2 directly follows Superman and sets the stage for future DCU chapters with appearances from Hawkgirl, Guy Gardner, and Maxwell Lord. Gunn promises a lot of surprises in the back half of the season, including a multiverse twist that forces Peacemaker to confront his past and rewrite his future. The DCU's most chaotic patriot might just be its emotional anchor. Peacemaker season 2 will drop justice all over HBO Max starting August 21st. So this Thursday.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Thursday. That's awesome.
I finished season 1, totally caught up, ready for season 2.
Yeah, and it's funny how Jen was like, I don't want to watch this. I hate John Cena, and now she's like a total John Cena stan.
I said I liked him after, what was it, Jackpot? I was like, okay, fine, I like him. But it took till like episode 3 before I was like, take the helmet off. Let me just punch you in the face, Peacemaker. Because I really did not, and I still do not appreciate his misogyny. But I like the show. I like Napoleon Dynamite as Vigilante. I think that he's funny too. So yeah.
It's so good. I don't know plot details yet for season 2, but I saw BD Brandon Davis did like a spoiler-free review of like the first 5 episodes. Oh, that's it too. And he said the first 5 episodes are amazing. It's super fun. He liked it, didn't love it. It definitely felt very James Gunn. James Gunn does flawed human being storytelling really, really well. And Peacemaker is exactly that. And he also said that even though they released screeners out, it's only the first 5 episodes that went out as screeners. James Gunn said that the last 3, he's like, I'm keeping until they air. So he's like, I'm not going to let anybody get the last 3 episodes. Not even the publicists. I told them, no, you cannot have this. We're keeping it until it's released. So it makes me want to see it even more.
And that means that something is going to happen.
Something's coming. Are we going to get Supergirl? You think we're going to get a Supergirl appearance?
We might get a Lobo appearance.
What if we get both?
All right.
That would be freaking awesome.
And who do we thank for this? John Cena.
Oh, wait.
John Cena!
Yeah, it took me a long time to really see him.
Yeah.
Really see him. Took me a long time.
Took her a long time. All right, well, Jen, let's move into this last story.
I'm Batman.
Holy deja vu, Batman. We talked about this last week, and
Mhm.
it's still haunting us. The not an opsis synopsis.
The not synopsis synopsis.
A mild-mannered pharmacist escapes a prison bus, cross paths with Harley and Joker, and accidentally takes down Batman, earning street cred he never wanted. As Gotham wraps his soul, wraps his soul. I guess they could wrap it in corruption. He tumbles from nobody to notorious in a city that rewards chaos. The script isn't greenlit, but James Gunn and Peter Safran are reportedly aware of it.
And this is another Zach Krager thing, right? So this is like Zach Krager
Yeah.
wanting to do
Yeah,
this.
it's his henchman thing. They actually put out like this is his like synopsis of it.
Zach
That's why
Krager.
it says DC fanfic question mark. Because it's not even in like nobody asked him to do it.
And he just did it. He's like, I just wrote it.
And
What did he
it's
say?
that
He said he was like he's like as soon as he thought about it, he was like obsessed with it. And he's like,
right,
I
he had to
write
write it.
this. Yeah.
He really should have just watched Batman the Animated Series because they did that as an episode.
Maybe he did 20 years ago and he's like, oh,
Yeah.
this would be a cool idea.
He's like, I gotta make
It's
a
a
treatment for
squid.
this.
Yeah. I'm not opposed to it. I just thought it was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
But Krager, Zach Krager, what a barbarian, weapons, Resident Evil, and then he writes this treatment, which is enough to get in the news, right? And saying that James Gunn is aware of it, so who knows?
Yeah, this is a dude who was a nerd growing up, and I'm all for it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. So that's the end of our DC news section here, the Daily Planet Dish. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's serve up some Marvel news in the Daily Bugle Buzz. Wish I had a sound effect for this, but I don't. There you go. It's your cell phone going off. Matt's not hanging up the horns yet. It's not happening. After Charlie Cox casually called Daredevil Born Again Season 2 the final season, fans lit up social media with panic, memes, and more than a few angry blind jokes, as you would. But Vincent D'Onofrio stepped in to clarify the show isn't ending, at least not yet. He told fans there's a good chance for season 3, and Marvel TV exec Brad Winderbaum backed that up, saying the intention is to keep the series going. Cox later walked back his comment, admitting he was shocked to learn the show was continuing and emphasized there's still so much story left to tell. So, season 1 of Daredevil Born Again is streaming now on Disney+. Season 2 is in a makeshift dungeon in Hell's Kitchen.
Or in the back of Punisher's van.
Yeah.
Definitely in the back.
I should say that later because it's a good transition.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, I mean, that's the transition to the next one right now.
Brand new day, same old smash. Set photos from Spider-Man Brand New Day just dropped, and fans are already dissecting every dent on the Punisher's armored minivan. I'm going to say it's a minivan. With the iconic skull blazing across the hood and Spider-Man perched on top, it's clear Frank Castle isn't just passing through, he's parking the plot. Meanwhile, rumors swirl that Mark Ruffalo's Hulk won't be the chill cardigan wearing Smash Hulk this time. Insiders tease a return to his savage persona, with Ruffalo reportedly playing a major role in the film's street level chaos. If true, Peter Parker must be facing down more than just vigilante justice. Spider-Man Brand New Day swings into theaters on July 31st, 2026.
I am all for this because in the comics, when Peter tries to fight the Hulk, he always gets the crap kicked out of him. And it's like, he always breaks like multiple bones because Banner goes nuts.
Hulk. Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. And I love that they're going back to Savage Hulk. I think part of it is also because, everybody's been complaining about Ruffalo's Smart Hulk, the way they've been writing him in as a Smart Hulk. And then we get the Red Hulk for all the people that hated on Captain America. we got the Red Hulk in that, and he was a return to that savage form of the Hulk. And people, I think, kind of hate it or love it. People kind of realize, like, I miss this version of the character, and we've been waiting on this, so they're probably going back in, like, let's write, Rage Hulk back into this. And I guarantee you, there's going to be a point where Frank is going to be like, "What the hell is that giant thing?" And he's going to shoot it. He's going to unload rounds into the Hulk, and it's just going to bounce off, and he's just going to go and beat the crap out of Peter, because Peter's going to be the first thing he sees.
Yep. Yes. And as we know, big green rage monsters don't really like insects.
Yeah.
And as we know, cool people drive minivans. So, yeah.
Is that what this is, James?
I'm gonna say it's a minivan.
That's not. It's a van. It's an armored truck more than anything.
But smaller, like mini. So thus a minivan.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. He's totally rocking the dad van.
Yep. Shaggin' wagon. I like it.
Oh my god.
Some cool people.
Maximum effort.
He tried, ladies and gentlemen. He tried. Well, let's jump into this next thing.
Get your spectral sock out, nerds. It's gonna get good.
That's right. Rumors are swirling that Chris Evans' Captain America isn't just returning for Avengers Doomsday. He's the reason Doom's throwing a tantrum. According to Scooper, My Time to Shine Hello, Steve's time-traveling detour with Peggy Carter may have triggered multiversal incursions, and now Doom wants him dead. Meanwhile, Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool is officially confirmed to appear, but not as part of the Avengers lineup. Expect fourth wall breaks, chaos, and zero respect for team dynamics. He's the wild card in the film, already stacked with returning X-Men, Fantastic Four, and Dr. Doom, played by Robert Downey Jr. This is about to get good. Don't forget your chimichangas and your emotional support Avenger, which I think in his case is Wolverine.
Yeah, I think it would be him. Well, I mean, he could also go Scarlet Witch, I guess.
Yeah, but Wolverine in the comics is an Avenger, so that's where it's like he's an emotional support Avenger.
So is Scarlet Witch, though.
True.
Rogue is too, as well. I mean, you could really just pick anyone.
But I say Wolverine is his emotional support Avenger because he already has a Wolverine. So
he has a Wolverine. So who's your emotional support Avenger?
My emotional support Avenger is Jeff the Land Shark.
Jeff the Land Shark.
When are we gonna get the chairs? When do we get official announcements from all this?
Who knows? I don't know.
I hear chairs. I know what you mean by that now, but immediately I went wrestling. It was like somebody getting hit with a chair.
I thought you were talking about like we were getting distance nerding chairs, and I was like, we're getting chairs. Since when are we getting chairs?
That would be cool too.
All right, I'll see what we can do. See what we can do for that.
All right.
No, I heard like the 27th, 28th, Marvel may have an announcement.
Oh,
this month?
Yeah.
I told them no.
Well, maybe that's why we haven't heard, because you told them no with a stern voice like that.
Tell them no. Feige knows what he did.
Nope. Bad Feige. Jesus. All right, let's move on to the next story here, guys.
Strange is back. Clea's in charge, and the multiverse is on life support. New rumors say Strange is a major player in Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars, not just a cameo. He's back from the dark dimension with Clea, new powers, and a mandate to fix a multiversal incursion by any means necessary. Times moved differently for him, and he's no longer the man we knew. Expect a darker, more decisive Strange who's willing to bend reality and morality to save it. Reality's cracking, Strange is done playing nice. Clay has got his back, and the multiverse may not survive his solution.
Man, that robot
I went really
peyote.
dramatic with that one.
That robot peyote is making you slow down.
Woo!
That's what happens when you come down off the high off of a robot peyote.
Yeah.
Slowing down, like the entire world slows down.
I want some answers. I want to know where Doctor Strange has been this entire time.
He's been getting his strange on.
He's definitely getting some strange.
Definitely. Getting some purple strange.
That's right.
Yeah, I hope they do something with him. Do you think he's gonna get another movie down the road?
He will.
I hope
He will.
so.
There's so much more story to tell with Doctor Strange. You can't just like cut him out now. There's no way you could do that. Like the mystical stuff, like everything that you get into with Doctor Strange, there has to be another movie.
Absolutely. I agree. I think so. They've got to they got to wrap up the whole what's going on with the third eye thing.
Oh, the forehead.
And yeah, the third eye. And then we have to I have to know, is Wong really the Sorcerer Supreme now, or is Strange the Sorcerer Supreme again? I want to get back into that. I also want to get into the more mystical stuff. And now we've had a couple of witches show up and death. And I think it's about time for stuff like that. We're on the cusp of like Blade and Ghost Rider, and Strange straddles both of those. He straddles the superhero and the mystical realms. So I do think that he would be a really good gateway hero to introduce more mystical heroes like Blade and Black Knight.
Right. Or twist. The Sorcerer Supreme is Madison.
I mean, yeah. She absolutely is. I can't wait until we find out that Jake the Goat is Mephisto. That's when I can't wait to find that out, and that Madison is BFFs with Mephisto.
I mean, now that we have Mephisto in the MCU, right?
It would make so much sense.
He is. It's headcanon. It's my headcanon, and it's gonna happen. Manifesting.
It's like Mephisto is an ex of Madison's, and he's always like, "Oh, Madison, come! I've got all these souls. Do you like me more now?" And she's like, "No."
Yeah. She's like, "Oh my god."
They're totally doing the a reverse of the Infinity Gauntlet comic book.
Yeah.
Where instead of Thanos trying to impress Death, it's Mephisto trying to impress Madison.
Yes.
I'd watch that. I'd watch that right now.
I would too. And Mephisto gets really jealous of Wong, but Wong's seriously just a platonic friend. And so, it's
Mephisto puts a curse on Wong for him not to be able to die. Boom! Now we just tied in the Deadpool love triangle in the comic.
There you go. And then Deadpool shows up and he says, "Oh crap, I'm not in this one. I'm only in the comic." And then he off.
That would be so good. He just walks in on a scene, looks at the camera and goes, "This seems familiar."
Yeah.
Frank, clip that and send it to Kevin Feige.
Right. Let's move on to the next story.
I don't even remember what the story that we were talking about was, but I am glad we went where we went. That's all.
Our attention span went into the void, but the void is coming home. Marvel's Thunderbolts hits Disney Plus on August 27th, bringing its rogue squad of anti-heroes to the small screen after a theatrical run packed with betrayal, redemption, and one very manipulative Val. The team returns with a new name, the new Avengers. New Avengers, same old dysfunction, August 27th on Disney Plus.
Can't wait to go watch it again. That movie was good. I liked it.
I loved that movie. I want to own it too on Blu-ray, so I will be trying to find it on Blu-ray.
Mhm.
I
'Cause
can't
really
wait to watch
enjoyed
it again
that
for the first
much.
time.
Yeah. Well, so Shadu hasn't seen it yet.
Oh, me and Shadu should hang out, watch it.
Yeah. He hasn't seen that. He hasn't seen Superman. He hasn't seen the Fantastic Four.
Has he seen Iron Man? Has he watched that one? Where's he
Ooh.
going to start?
He
In the
has been
chat.
filming a movie. Okay, go ahead.
So going into the chat right here, Travis Mitchell said, one bizarre theory I had was when Ironheart makes a deal with Mephisto, the catch is, through name, he gets the soul of Tony Stark. Wouldn't happen, but would be a crazy direction. It's kind of cool, actually.
That's a really good idea. That would be, oh wow. Yeah.
Travis Mitchell showing up
Yeah.
with bangers.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
That's a banger theory.
I like
That's
it.
meaty. That's got some meat to it. I like it.
I like that Sandra said that's still no excuse for all the other movies he hasn't seen.
We're trying. We are trying to get him. We are trying.
Right.
But yeah.
Let's carry
He's
on.
probably not even going to watch the movie he's making. The
He
Shadu
will.
guy.
You're not
He
wrong.
will.
You're not wrong. He probably won't.
Yeah.
All right, sorry. Go ahead.
Speaking of meaty and sinking your teeth into stuff, come
Ooh.
for the zombies, stay for the Valkyrie with the battle axe. Marvel Animations Marvel Zombies premieres September 24th on Disney Plus. And it's bringing a full-on TVMA rating with it. First Deadpool, and now this. The 4-episode miniseries spins out of What If, diving into a post-apocalyptic MCU where the Avengers have fallen to a zombie plague. A new synopsis teases. This isn't America's assopsis, it's a TVMA gore fest synopsis.
This isn't America's ass opsis. It's a TVMA Gorefest synopsis.
After the Avengers are overtaken by a zombie plague, a desperate group of survivors discover the key to bringing an end to the superpowered undead, racing across a dystopian landscape and risking life and limb to save their world. And the cast just got even juicier. Paul Rudd, Wyatt Russell, and Tessa Thompson join the already stacked lineup. Director Brian Andrews calls it one story split into 4 parts. With blood, intensity, and surprises still under wraps, this isn't your average Halloween special. It's Marvel's darkest animated outing yet.
Ooh, I love this.
You know it's good when the live action actors are like, we're in on this.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
You know, like, because especially
Definitely.
with like Marvel stuff where you've had to have a lot of actors who have come and you have like voice actors that are voice matching for a lot of the people that are doing this. Like they're like, oh no, we're in on this. Like the live action actors are voicing the characters, and it's like, this just is more proof that it's got to be good.
Well, and Tessa Thompson, she did What If, so I mean, she's done it before, but I think it's cool that they're coming back to do it, and that anyway.
I'm not sure if this, I'm going to call it a miniseries, this 4-part series. I'm not sure if it's going to connect to the What If episode or series.
That's
I'm not
so
sure
funny
if
because
it's the
Travis
same.
was like assuming it's the same continuity.
Oh yeah.
What If episode?
Well, I couldn't remember if Ant-Man was dead in that one, but I'd have to go back.
I thought he was, but yeah, it may or may not. I don't know. I don't know if it's.
I love Marvel Zombies. I love the comic. I love DC Deceased. I love that series as well. I don't know, something about these like Elseworlds, what if stories that involve zombies totally gets me. I love it.
I like that they're really reading the climate. So it's like, oh, we're gonna put this out in September because it's gonna be close to Halloween. And
Right,
I
right.
love that. I do love that because it's like, oh, I want something kind of spooky, Halloweeny, and it's coming out right before that. So I think it's neat.
Yeah,
And yes, I said Halloweeny like 3 million times, but I made my point.
I love it. I'm into it. I want to see it.
Let's jump to this last story that we've got on our little page.
Bring it home. Bring it home, young Phil. Bring it home.
Xavier School for Gifted Youngsters just got a TikTok account and a vape ban. Fun time. Marvel Studios has reportedly kicked off casting for its long-awaited X-Men reboot. The Thunderbolts director Jake Schreier tapped to helm the project. The film is said to lean into a youth-focused tone, with Michael Leslie penning the script. Rumored contenders include Harris Dickinson from Triangle of Sadness as Cyclops, Margaret Qualley as Rogue, Julia Butters as Kitty Pryde, and Hunter Schafer as Mystique. Ayo Edebiri as Javier Bardem are also reportedly in the mix for Storm and Mr. Sinister, respectively. Feige's Vision, a modern coming-of-age mutant saga that breaks from the Fox era mold and dives deep into identity, conflict, and scale. No official confirmations yet, but the casting buzz is loud and the X gene is definitely active.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm excited for this. I love the idea of Javier Bardem as Mr. Sinister. I think he is a solid actor. The dude can act his way in through anything. And him as Mr. Sinister, like it would be very interesting. Ayo Edebiri, she actually has if you've seen some of the mock-ups of her Storm, she looks great.
Oh yeah. Well, and she could do it. I feel like she could have that like haughtier accent, the whole British thing, because she's very British. So I'd love her to just be British. And
wait, this is the
that
girl
be her
from The Bear?
accent.
Yeah.
She's British?
Yeah. Oh wait,
Oh
no. Sorry. My bad. I was thinking of somebody else.
For me, I mean,
I was thinking of Cynthia Erivo.
Oh yeah, no, Cynthia Erivo's a whole different thing. And a lot of people want Cynthia Erivo to play her too, but with that version of the character, like I totally want her, because you got to remember, Storm is she's like an African princess.
Yeah.
So it's like I want that, just the same way that we got a T'Challa from Wakanda that spoke Afrikaans. I want something kind of like with that sort of accent, right? Like a very African Storm, because that's what she should be.
Right. Yeah. And I mean, and then there was that part, like they had her be a thief in Egypt for a little while, and that's where she met Shadow King, and so there's that too. So she could even have a slight like Egyptian tinge to her accent as well if she wanted.
Okay.
But yeah, I love it. I love that.
So being more North African than like Central African.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just depending on which way, like what they focus on. If they focus more on the African princess part of it, then she could be more Central African. And but if they focused on her being, a thief in Egypt, so then they could do that. They've got a couple places to go, I guess, was what I'm saying. In a roundabout way, I'm saying that she's fantastic. Let's do this thing. Come on.
James, any other thoughts here? I guess not.
No, I don't see him. He went somewhere.
Didn't even notice that he left. All right, well, let's do this. From Xavier's school to real-world superpowers, let's teleport to the Tri-Cities, where one local team is rewriting the playbook on geekdom and grit. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Geekend Update. James back just in time for the Geek End update.
Update me.
Okay. Oh, I didn't even notice your little thing right there. No, everything going on. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this weekend was Tri-Cities Powerhouse Comic-Con, and boy, did we have a good time. It was a blast, and just to kind of give you guys a small recap before I bring in our guests over here, we were in Pasco, Washington this weekend, and the show had Mark Price, Skippy from Family Ties, Linda Miller from King Kong Escapes, Christine Otten, who was amazing. She's a voice actor and ADR director. Animator Tom Cook was there, and then we had a Sonic the Hedgehog a reunion of Ryan Drummond, Scott Dreyer, and David Humphrey, who were Sonic, Knuckles, and Shadow, respectively. And it was an amazing time, guys. I can't wait to get all of the video and everything that we took at the show out. But here to talk further about that show, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome again to the show our good friends, the correspondents, and the real reporters on the ground. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the DeLong family cosplay.
Hello, hello.
Hello. Wow, it's James.
How was it? How was Washington? This is the first con in Washington for Colossus Girl, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It for us, because it's so hot here in Sacramento, the fact that it was cold and rainy was very nice. I enjoyed that part. Along with all of the cool things that were there at Tri-Cities. There was some familiar faces, some new ones. Phil said everything about the guests that I was going to say, but that's okay. We still love him. Also, they had a lot of interactive stuff. Like they had a kids room for kids to hang out and play and color. And that was pretty cool. Bruce met a couple of cosplay friends there. They had a movie room. We tried to do that, but there were subtitles. So Bruce was like, Mom, I can't read the subtitles. I don't know what they're saying. So we didn't hang out too long in there. And the lovely Tomb Room, who presents the cosplay contest, they had cosplay prop workshops, and Bruce made a couple of props there. He was making a foam sword, and we took home a project to make a tail and some ears. Some Deadpools were running around. That was kind of fun to see. Oh, and Bruce and I were also cosplay judges both days because they needed judges, and we were asked.
Awesome.
That's fun. That's awesome. How was the venue?
Interesting.
It was very interesting.
Yeah.
To say the least.
This is where I wait for you to elaborate.
It was kind of spread out.
Okay.
So being in a hotel, the panel rooms weren't all together. So like Tomb Room was like halfway across the hotel.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then off in another area was the kids' stuff in the movie room. So you had to really look at the map and figure out where everything was when you wanted to see the other stuff. Which I get why some people were like, where is this? Like when we're at the table, a lot of people were asking us, where's the panel room? What's going on? Where do I find Tomb Room? I want to sign up for the cosplay contest. And just little things like that. We're like, yeah, you got to go back this way. And then there is a sign, and then follow the other signs, kind of trying to find the right yellow brick road.
And then Phil learned about his sad wiener.
Yeah, he did.
Okay. I got it.
Nope, that's the show, everybody. Good night.
No, so we met they were comic creators, but at the same time, they made games. They made tabletop games. And there is a game. I actually have it right behind me. There is a game that they made
Next to your sad wiener.
Or on top of it.
So that is the sad hot dog.
Oh. Okay.
Aww. Well, now I'm sad. I'm sad. Why did you show me that? The sad hot dog.
So they have a
Sad
sad
hot
hot dog
man.
series.
Yeah, and we've been making sad wing jokes all weekend. So, but yeah,
They make a pill for that.
I know. Sad, when it's sad, especially. But yeah, no, they have these books called the Sad Hot Dog Man, and they also have a tabletop game that's based on D&D 5e. So it's based on that. They also have a cyberpunk comic book that I also got, and they
cool.
also happened to give me the entire game book right here, the RPG core book. So
that's fun.
With this comic, they also have an RPG that goes along with this, and I was so interested in this. So I have their card and everything. I'm going to be bringing them on the show just to talk about that and promote the book, because the amount of work that they put in to this book and this tabletop game, it's absolutely hilarious. Everything about it is like both fun and funny. So I got really excited about this, and I was like, I have to have you guys on the show.
Awesome. Are they from Washington?
I believe they are.
Okay.
Oh.
They were telling me the story. I'm not going to go full into it because I want to talk about it more on the show when they come on. But they were telling me a story about how everything kind of got started at Rose City Comic Con.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there was like an experience that happened at Rose City Comic Con, and the wife, who's the writer of the book, was just like, I need to write this book. And then their friend drew it, and they ended up printing the entire thing. So
that's fun. Good collab. That's nice. So that was most of the show. How was how were the panels? How was the panel room thing?
Panels were all great, especially the Sonic one. The Sonic one was very fun and interesting. That one was a very full room, which was great. Then yeah. So, but there was also, when the Wades were wandering around, there was the inker and one of the artists for Deadpool.
Yeah.
This.
Even signed it.
And took a picture of all of us to send to Life.
To send to Liefeld. So he ended up sending this this picture he took of us to Liefeld.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I asked the next day if Rob responded, and he said he gave it a heart emoji, and that's the most I'll ever get when he responds to things. Like, he acknowledged it. He saw us and acknowledged it.
It's the biggest heart emoji ever. That's awesome.
It'd be funny if it like ended up on Robservations.
Yeah,
it would be. It would be funny.
I think who was there? It was Chance Wolf, right? That was the artist that was there. That's cool. That is really cool. I never thought about that, but like artists that do other artists' characters, that's kind of interesting. How there's like a bond there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, especially when they work in the industry like that. So yeah, it was a lot of fun stuff.
Tell me about the panels. I heard JR had a couple panels.
So JR had a couple of panels. Did
he screw it up? JR.
JR had a really good panel. He had two really good panels. He had a good panel with Linda Miller on the first day, and then he led a Godzilla panel and just kind of did like Q&A about Godzilla and stuff. It was actually really good. Mark Price. So originally Mark Price was going to do a full stand-up thing. And about halfway through, we ended up hopping on stage and doing a QA because the audience wasn't really there for comedy. I thought it was hilarious. I thought he was killing it, but yeah, after a while, I was like, okay, well, we should probably hop on stage. And because of the nature of it, we didn't record anything, so that didn't actually get recorded or anything like that.
Wow.
Yeah, because it was all kind of like at the last minute. He was just like, "Hey, so do you want to do a Q&A?" And at that point, my laptop wasn't set up and everything like that.
Yeah.
Because his plan was he was just going to do an entire stand-up bit, but it just didn't work out that way. So, I ended up
really,
having-
he said, "Come save me."
I don't want to put it that way, but kind of. But the conversation ended up being really good. And he was talking about, okay, well, you know, he wants to come on the show, so that way we can get like a full interview and everything like that. So and just talk about his entire career. I also gave him Graveyard's information because he's been in a whole bunch of horror movies.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so that he seemed interested in that as well. And then Christine Otten was amazing. Everything in that conversation was really good. We went over all of the anime, all of the voice acting work and all that. Again, she had a good time. On day 2, again, it started with JR's Graveyard Godzilla panel. After that, there was a local. He is a former radio broadcaster that cosplays as the Green Hornet, and he did an entire Green Hornet panel, which was actually pretty cool.
Oh, that's cool. That's neat.
So he
He's
did like
also a Ghostbuster.
he's also a Ghostbuster. So he's
Yeah.
part of the local chapters of the Ghostbusters out there.
That's awesome. Greg Martin. Shout out to Greg.
Shout out to Greg Martin. He was really cool. And then of course we did trivia on both days. We've got all kinds of new questions that we wrote while we were there. One of the people who was there the first day, she used to work at Disney, so she wanted all Disney questions to see if they really were hard. She did pretty good, but I did have some ones that did stump her. And the second day, she comes and she gives me a whole paper of Disney trivia, like in the style that I write. That is like, you know, stuff that you're usually gonna forget. Right. And
Wow.
I ended up using it because a lot of the trivia on this was really good.
But do you have any Baymax questions?
I don't. There was a little girl. She couldn't have been older than 5 or 6. And she goes Disney. She says she wants Disney trivia. And I start asking her because she's young. I start asking her, well, do you know about this? She's like, no. Do you have Big Hero 6? And I was like, I don't have anything written about Big Hero 6. And she goes, well, you should write about Big Hero 6 because Big Hero 6 is really good. You should have Big Hero 6 questions because you're not really that good if you don't have Big Hero 6 questions. Like, and it's funny because I'm like, I'm getting roasted by Batgirl right now. This is terrible.
Well, yeah, of course you'd get roasted by Batgirl. It's Batgirl.
She was dressed as Batgirl, so I was like, I'm getting roasted right now, right?
She was one of the kids Bruce made friends with.
Yeah.
Aww.
So yeah, that was
cute.
good. And then of course at the end of the day, we had the Sonic
panel.
That was a whole crap ton of fun. All 3 guys said that they had a good time. They were telling me that they liked our preparation. They liked how good the questions were. They really liked that little improv bit we gave them at the end.
Nice.
Yeah. And it was funny because when I went to go pitch the prompt, the entire audience erupted. They all just started laughing because you have 3 characters who like to go fast that are stuck in traffic. So it's like, how do they react? And it was funny. There was a lot of inside jokes that we made over the course of the entire thing. So they started referencing a lot of those jokes again.
That's awesome. Good times.
Yeah,
it was as far as like workload goes, it was kind of light. Only a few panels, right? And some trivia.
It was. Well, one of the other things was because they had a cancellation with one of the headliners, and so that was also partially why our load was so light.
Gotcha. So the big question: how were tacos in Washington?
They were actually really good.
Really?
Yeah. So we went to this
Yeah.
place, Mexico Lindo in Pasco. Apparently Pasco has a crap ton of Latinos.
Yeah, there was like
Wow.
a whole like neighborhood right in the middle of town.
Well, I was talking to somebody on Sunday, and they were saying like Pasco has a really big Latin community. And it like Friday night we went to the bar in the hotel to go get food, and they shut it down at like 9 o'clock because they had salsa night.
That's awesome.
And that place got
Like-
packed.
Did they make it and like you could eat the chips or?
Like a salsa
Kidding.
bar. And...
Nice joke.
Mm.
Nice joke.
So overall, it was a good show. Did you all enjoy it? It looks like you guys all got to cosplay together. That's awesome.
Yeah,
All
we
the-
had a crap ton of fun. It was good.
Sweet.
How
How about
Dave?
How about Dave and Marina though? Were they happy with? I mean, it's their first show in Washington, right?
They seemed happy. They seemed like
Awesome.
they were happy with the turnout. They were happy with the way the show turned out, and everything like that. They are going to be checking out bigger venues because that was one of the problems they had with this one. Is the venue was a little small. Be checking larger venues in the area.
You got to start somewhere. As long as the people came out for it, that's
Yeah.
what matters. Awesome. All right, DeLongs. I'm sure you're busy. You got cons like every week. What cons you got coming up?
Well, actually, tomorrow is our live stream where we will be doing a.
It's I'm starting my mashup of Ash Ketchum and Ash Williams from Evil Dead.
Okay,
Sweet.
all right. I like it.
So it's gonna be you're gonna have the gotta catch 'em all hat and jacket, but then you're gonna have a chainsaw and a shotgun.
Yeah, and
Nope.
there's more to it.
Are you
So,
gonna call
the
it-
circle bent on the chainsaw will be a Pokeball.
Oh my
Oh, there you go. I was gonna say,
there's gonna be I'm working
you
on
gonna-
putting a Pokemon with his head split in half, stuck on the chainsaw.
oh,
You are
are
gonna,
you gonna
scare
call
children.
yourself Ashy Elbows?
I was just gonna go by Ash, and then I'm right no matter what.
Ashy Elbows. You get it? Come on.
I
Tomorrow I'm actually working on the chainsaw part of it.
I see what you're doing there.
Yeah.
James got it.
Tomorrow-
James like they're just like laughing his ass off. Sorry, go ahead.
Tomorrow I'll be working on the chainsaw, trying to get the whole blade laid out and see what I can get of the main body part that goes over my hand made up.
Mm-hmm. So when you think of this type of mashup, when you think about like materials, what kind of materials are you thinking to use
So
for
for
something
the
like this?
Chainsaw, it's gonna mostly be EVA foam to keep it light. Also keep it a lot of the cons are getting to the point where they don't want anything moving.
Gotcha.
Wow.
That's
So-
awesome. So
Now, are
that's
you
tomorrow.
gonna-
What time?
So, are you gonna make it like a glove like, or is it gonna be one of those things where you just like hold on to it?
It's part of the magic.
Took
You got to
over
watch
the-
tomorrow to find out.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
fine.
Tune in tomorrow at what time are we going on? Like, it's so
5:30.
small, I can't read it.
5:30.
It's so small I can't read it.
5:30.
Even with these Coke bottle glasses, I can't read it.
All right,
I'll
you guys.
try everyone's glasses on.
Right. Tune in to DeLong Fam cosplay on YouTube tomorrow, guys. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. That will be going live at 5:30. That's before Conversations in the Void over on the Pot Out at Night YouTube channel. So, guys, we will catch you guys here in a minute once we go back into pluggables. For now, we're gonna quick jump through our next couple of cons that we're going to be at here. The next show that we're going to be at, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be Anna Medford, which is what were the dates on that, James?
September 20th and 21st, Medford, Oregon, at the Rogue X. Rogue X is like your second home.
Yeah, at this point it is. Now, at the same time, because we are going to be splitting teams on the 21st here in Sacramento, California, is CrockerCon. James is going to be attending that show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna be there too.
Oh,
Are you?
Sandra's
Nice.
going to be there. So there
We're
you go.
splitting that as well because I'm at Medford.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
There you go. There you
Wow,
go.
you guys really are splitting that up.
Exactly.
Yeah, CrockerCon's going to be fun because it's the Crocker Art Museum here in Sacramento, so it's always a fun show. It's a free show and family friendly, so everybody has to come out for CrockerCon. So last year, Philippe and I did some hosting.
Mhm.
This year, since Philippe's going to be in Oregon, I'll be hosting one room, and Geek Freaks will be hosting the other room.
Nice.
Oh yeah, keep it in the family.
Yeah, so a little network collab.
Oh, look at that. I thought the O was an A, and I'm glad I didn't talk about it because I would have called it TrackerCon and not CrockerCon, and that is not its name.
I think that's something that would be more in the South, don't you think?
They're everywhere.
All the sad
They're
wieners and crackers. I think you're just hungry.
Sounds like it. Ladies and gentlemen, after that, the next show that we're going to be at September 26th and through the 28th, we're going to be at LA Comic-Con, ladies and gentlemen. It's the biggest show of the year for us. We're going to be having a whole bunch of fun down in LA. I've already talked to a couple of people who I know are going to be down in the LA area, so it's going to be a good time.
Like who do you think? Who?
More so comic book creators. Some of the comic creators that we know are going to be over in at LA Comic-Con with booths, so definitely going to go and stop by, talk to a couple of people. We've got a couple of artists, writers, and then of course we're going to be scouring about trying to see if we can find a way to get interviews with people, so always a fun.
And some good friends will be there too. Project Wish Upon a Star has their big 20x20 booth there.
Right.
It's going to be awesome. Geek Saga will be there streaming live from the Project Wish Upon a Star booth. Geek Freaks will also be there along with the Comics Podcast. All the podcasts coming together.
Right. We're all going to be down there causing mayhem because podcasts unite.
I did talk to Jamie Girac.
She's not going to be there.
She's not going to be there. She may be there, but maybe on the last day. So we'll see. Yeah. But she's not doing a panel this year.
Yeah. Do we know if BD is going to be there?
We reached out to BD, have not heard back yet, but he may be busy talking to Kevin Feige and James Gunn.
Exactly. So that is our con mix up right there, guys. If you want to go to a Comic-Con and represent Distance Nerding, easiest way to do that is to get some merch, because ladies and gentlemen, we got merch, people.
We got merch, people. We got shirts. We got 2 different shirts. We got the character shirt. We got the logo Chase shirt as well. So you can come to the cons. We'll have them there. They're $20, 25 if you got to ship it to you. So we'll ship it to you as well. And then along with that, we have con bags as well. The little drawstring bags you can, slap on your back while you're at the con and carry all your con things. So again, just DM us at Distance Nerding on Instagram. Let us know which shirt you're looking for, how many shirts, what size. We'll get it going. We even special order. Shout out to Eric Ruiz because he helped us out since we were running out of sizes. He made some stuff happen. So we appreciate you.
Oh, yay.
Eric.
You guys really need to hit up the graphics guy and tell him to update this thing.
Yes. Graphics guy.
Hey, where's my shirt like that?
That's the run that Eric made for us right there.
I think he's
cool.
holding it. I think Philippe's holding the run.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I need that one.
Yeah, Philippe, she needs it. I don't know what you're doing, bud.
I literally just got him today. That's why I'm wearing my LWO shirt.
Oh, see, you get a new shirt.
Well, I also paid for the LWO shirts, so I mean, like I had to make these custom order for me. Because the LWO shirts that you can get right now are either Mexico or Puerto Rico. This is the Nicaraguan flag. So I have this, and I had to make me a tank top.
Very nice. Very nice.
You're forgiven. You're forgiven.
Yeah. So let's talk schedule, ladies and gentlemen. The schedule: Tuesdays, the download from 6:30 to 8:30. On Thursdays, the build from 6 to 8, and of course on Fridays, the buzzer from 6 to 8. So we've been having a whole bunch of fun doing all the good things out there. Of course, the download is the show you're watching right now, when we talk news, rumors, all the fun things that are going on in the industry. Thursdays, the build from 6 to 8. We talk. We usually do interviews, and I build Lego on stream, and we have fun, nerdy things. Now, this week we don't have a guest. We'll be having fun on the show, but next week, you got to tune in, guys, because next week, Chad the Bird is going to be on, and that is a big deal. If you are not familiar with Chad the Bird, that's right. If you're not familiar with Chad the Bird, you need to go familiarize yourself with Chad the Bird. Probably one of the funniest puppet-based comedians on the internet right now. Love that guy to death.
On YouTube, search "We're not going to talk about fonts." That's one of my favorites of his.
That one's good. His retelling of Leroy Jenkins is really good.
That one's good. Have you seen the one about where he retells it's the Dave Matthews.
The Dave Matthews one. I was just gonna bring that one up. The
Yeah.
Dave Matthews one is really funny.
That one is amazing.
Yeah.
So.
And then of course the buzzer this week. Are we playing Jep Nerdy this week?
I think we're gonna do Jep Nerdy. I'm gonna come up with one.
Okay, so I think
already have the final Jep Nerdy like answer.
Yeah, so I think we're playing Jep Nerdy this week. Next week we'll be playing well, really.
Or Jack. We might do Jackbox again because I thought we were doing the swapping them.
Yeah, that's fine
every
too.
other week.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter to me. I don't care.
Right. So yeah, we'll be having more fun. So now it's time for pluggables. Jen, give everybody your pluggables, please.
Do I have to give my pluggables? Okay, look. My name's Jennifer. I'm also F.R.I.D.A.Y girl. That's where I am on YouTube. I have a show called Classified with Shadu. We haven't done it in a while. The last one was Percy Jackson. We are going to do some more. He's making a film. I'm supporting him. I'm his mother, so I kind of have to. So anyway, yeah, you can find me on Instagram and all that fun stuff too. At F.R.I.D.A.Y Comics, at F.R.I.D.A.Y Girl. I play a lot of mobile games. F.R.I.D.A.Y Girl or Gal the Corgi. Hit me up. Peace.
DeLongs, tell everybody about where they can find you.
Well, you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Threads, and YouTube, where we are on the road to 200. So
right.
You guys need to hit our subscribe button, and once we get to 200, we will be giving out all kinds of prizes. So you guys gotta jump over after the stream's ended, jump over to our channel, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and watch us tomorrow.
Also, as soon as this one ends, I already have it queued up. I'm going to hit send on it, and we will be uploading a slightly longer version of the video that was playing during the weekend update.
Yay!
Awesome.
There we go. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you would like to support us, the best way to do that is to head over to distancenerding.com, go up to the top of the page, hit the blue button right there, and hit that buy us a taco button. Because, ladies and gentlemen, you can buy us a taco. That's right. Join the taco party. Buy us a taco. Buy us a taco. That's right. It's the best way to support the show. It is the way that we can continue going to more shows and give out more prizes and all the fun things right there. Now, again, the other way that you can support us as of right now is if you go to YouTube and you subscribe to YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, we are on the road to 500. We're trying to get to 500 subscribers. Once we hit 500 subscribers, we're giving away a bunch of Lego. We're giving away all kinds of Lego kits and things like that. I've got 3 sitting in my kitchen right now. I also have, I'm going to get some more, but the idea is to give away Lego kits because you guys are, helping us get to 500 subscribers. That's the milestone, guys. We are just over 475 right now.
478.
Oh wow, we only have like Oh wow, we're so close.
Yeah.
Less
Let's
than
go.
25.
Yeah, we got
Well,
22.
so I have a question though.
Sure.
Are some of the Legos Chevy Legos? Because isn't that a Chevy on the screen?
That is a Chevy on the screen because the idea is that we're driving down the road.
Oh,
And-
okay, I get it.
And if you don't see James holding on for dear life on there, that is James's towel.
Oh, that's James's towel. So,
That's
okay,
rude.
another question: is that a transformer or just is it a car?
That's just the car.
It's just a car. So it's not. A
You
train.
just gotta subscribe, and then you'll find out
That's right.
when we reach 500.
Okay.
That's right. Once you hit 500, then you will find out whether that's just a regular ass truck or if it is something more than that. More than likely, just a regular ass truck.
Yeah. Okay.
It also
cool.
transforms into a death machine when the driver drives off without you.
Yeah.
No, you just need to get
yeah.
in it.
Yeah. You should have been in the truck when all that happened. This is if you are unfamiliar with what we're talking about, ladies and gentlemen, go listen to our post LA Comic-Con episode from last year.
So it's been nearly a year and it's still going on.
That's right.
Yeah,
It's
wow.
never going to end. It'll never end. This is just going to be an ongoing joke for the rest of our lives.
You
Awesome.
can also listen to the post Fandom Con.
Oh God,
Thanks
that's
and keep
right.
nerding together. Oh wait, no, we're not there.
Not yet. No, that's right. It happened again post Fandom Con. the
But you weren't the driver.
I wasn't driving that time. It was just something about James that people just want to drive away from.
You know, apparently I stink. Everybody's trying to get away. They're just excited to go places with me, or maybe without me. Who knows?
Because the Uber driver was just like, I'm just going to take off. You're not in the truck yet. You're not in the car yet, but I'm just going to start driving.
Those are bad driving habits. You're supposed to make sure all the passengers are safe and buckled.
Not all of them were, from what we were told.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You are failing. If this was a driver's exam, you would have failed.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you have something you want to discuss. Tell us what you're nerding out on and connect with us on all the social media places. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. I don't know why we still have Twitter, but we're there still. Twitch, TikTok, Threads, YouTube, Discord, Blue Sky, MySpace, Vine, GeoCities, Friendster, Second Life, AIM, Farmers Only, Christian Mingle, OnlyFans. It's only pictures of Aaron Watson's feet and Mandels the beard. John Mez's glasses judging you because you haven't subscribed to YouTube yet. Why haven't you subscribed on YouTube yet? You should do it right now. Just hit that subscribe button. It's right under the video. You should just do that, and then that'll
Like
shut me
and
up.
subscribe.
That's right. Like and subscribe. It'll shut me up about it. And then hit that little bell button so you know when we go live. But of course, everything we do for money, which is pretty much everything. And
But
you'll
watch
see more of
movies.
me. You'll see more of me angering him.
with his voice because he hates it so much. It bothers him. I think it might bother the James too, but I mean, honestly, it doesn't matter to me. I'm here to just disturb all of you.
So with that,
Somebody take the soundboard away.
with that being said, if you'd like us to break up with your boyfriend, girlfriend, significant other, pet, schoolyard bully, annoying neighbor, or just tell us how much you enjoy us, hate us, or wish the internet would consume us completely and spit us out at the feet of whoever in the world thinks tacos are sandwiches
Me.
You got to put ketchup on it.
and puts ketchup on tacos. Oh my God, that is sacrilegious.
Ah.
I mean, that's what half these fast food restaurants are giving you for hot sauce.
Oh my God. It's so bad. You can send us an email at dishtandnerding@aol.com and we will read it live on air. So guys, that is it from us.
Thanks, and keep nerding together.
And of course,
Yeah.
Bruce, go to sleep.
Go to sleep,
Bruce.
Bruce.
Everybody enjoy their robot peyote.
I have to say that. Robot peyote. I was gonna say, look, salsa and ketchup have one thing in common: tomatoes.
Distance nerding.
Wrong show.
Distance nerding.
Yeah, I freaked him